This is James from Gamefront with a guide on how to tweak the config files in Borderlands 2 so that you can get better performance when playing the game. First, I'm going to show you how to disable the logo splash videos that play when you start Borderlands 2. Sure, they're skippable, but wouldn't you rather them never show up in the first place? Before we begin, please back up your Borderlands 2 files just in case something goes wrong. What we're going to do first is open up Windows Explorer. Then we're going to go to where we have our game content files, which for me is the local disk C. Then select Users and Admin because that's where my files are located. Then My Documents. Then My Games. Then go into the Borderlands 2 folder, the Willow game folder, now the config folder. And you're going to open up the Willow Engine INI file, which is basically like a text document. So in order to find through, there's so much stuff here. So we're gonna Control F and search for startup. In retrospect, I probably could have used a more specific term to find this, but we're working with what I did. So I look for startup, and slowly but surely, I come across the startup movies. Here we are. So let's get ourselves, let's get this in good frame. Now what we're going to add is a semicolon before every single one of these startup movies. That is going to make it so it doesn't load up when we begin. There we go. There we go. Semicolon added. And when we're done, we're going to save this file. Luckily, we have backed this up, so if something goes wrong, we'll just get the old file. This will be us loading up Borderlands now. I've sped this part up just so this part loads, but from this point forward, boom! You skip those logo splash videos at the beginning. I know, it's probably only going to save us like 5 seconds every time, but that adds up, and time is money. I just made you a bunch of money, basically. So now you'll see the outlines. Borderlands has a great art style where they have these black lines added to make it look a little bit more cartoony, if you will. We can disable those to give us better performance. So I've gone straight to Gamefront.com because I feel like I can search better. I learned this in retrospect by copying the exact phrase. Then I open up, and we're going to do this for repetition. It's local disk C, users, admin, My Documents. Then you're going to go into My Games, Borderlands 2. Then you're going to open up the Willow game folder, the config folder, and now Willow Engine again. All of these are going to be in that same file path. If yours is slightly different, just memorize the way to get there. So I'm going to paste in exactly what I copied from Gamefront.com, and it's going to find it right away. So I already found it. Let me just scroll down a little bit. Great. So we're going to remove the word Willow from both before it says Engine Materials and before it says Scene Post Process. Just delete it, and we're going to save that file. Now let's take a look at Borderlands 2 with those black line rendering things disabled. I don't like it as much. I think that those black lines add a lot of character to the game, but if somebody was needing to get better performance out of their PC, this is an option that I think is a small sacrifice. Now, if you still need more performance boosting, we can get rid of both the black line that renders and the cell shading. This should give you quite a bit of improvement. To do this change, you're actually going to be copying the same line you did before, but manipulating it slightly differently. We're copying and pasting it, going into the config file, Control Fing to search for this line. Now, when I get to that line, I'm going to delete the second part where it says Willow Scene Post Process. I'm going to delete Willow and enter the name Ryan. I don't know why Ryan, but he's special. And the final tweak that I have for you, if you're still looking to make it a little bit better, we can disable the smooth frame rating. So I copied B smooth frame rate, and I copied it into the search function. When I find that, I'm gonna change it from being true to false, and this is going to disable the smooth frame rate thing. So it's going to be a little choppier, but you'll have better performance overall. I hope that this video has helped you understand how to change config files for any game, but specifically for Borderlands 2. And if this has helped you get better performance out of your game, please like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.